saying like a person like me, I got to get to know you 1st. Like I got to know like
Of course.
morals, principles, and values. And no disrespect to ladies, but nowadays
You ain't
most
got none.
no most because most of them are rentals.
Mhm.
Once the bag is gone, it's like it's to the next buyer. You know what I'm saying? So me, it's like if you
Well,
can't stay with me while I'm down, don't come around when it's up.
Well, like in certain relationships, though, because a lot of people are not getting into relationships; they're just getting into situations
Yes,
and never talking
situation.
about,
Yes.
are we together? What is
Yes,
are we
yes.
working to be in a long-term relationship? And that's why it seems like people may be like,
It's
all right, this was
self-gain.
temporary.
It's
Yeah,
self-gain.
a lot of relationships
Yes.
are for self-gain now,
Mhm.
gain. So unless you have the conversation, like, I want to be with you, I want longevity, I want to be, have a future with you. And
Yeah.
I think that's where there's a miscommunication because people are not having that conversation. So once you get past that part, like, okay, this is somebody that I want to be with, then yeah, I'm gonna stick it out with you if you fall on hard times. And yes, I'm gonna have to step it up because I care about you enough and I know that you want to be with me and I want to be with you. So now let's work on how we're gonna get out of this tough space, because if you're in a tough space, I'm in a tough space. We're in it together. But again, if you don't communicate to me from the beginning and you're treating me like you got other bitches or, like we just chilling, then what makes me feel like I need to stay when shit is not?
You was talking to me?
No, I'm just saying in general.
I'm about to say we.
I'm saying like,
It felt like a relationship,
right? Because I'm just
there.
saying like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are we? What are we?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm intrigued.
I'm just saying like, you gotta let a bitch know. I mean, it wouldn't be an allowance anymore if our finances, if we're married and our finances and stuff are like, okay, well then you ain't got to, but just
see, that was the thing. You missed it, Alan.
yeah.
She did say that.
About to say we gotta get on the same.
She said
So
the
then there
same
is no
thing.
marriage.
She said when we combining finances, talking about children, she has the old school down south mentality. She wants to know if you work at the steel mill, I want to see the check every 2 weeks.
That's how my great grandmother operated. My great grandfather would come home and give his check to my great grandmother, and she had every single bill written down in perfect script. Like she had everything written down, so organized, bills, whatever is due, and that's how they ran their relationship. And they had a perfect relationship. Their marriage.
Because relationships are different than marriage.
Right.
Marriages are very sacred.
Right.
Relationships are temporary.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what's wrong with the generation now. Like relationships are very temporary in the way it looks now. Like we could talk this shit all day, but it's very temporary.
But when you get into a mindset of this is for us, everything is for us, we are one, because that is the purpose of becoming married. When you get into that mindset, you don't think of it as an allowance or he's going to give me this or give me that. It is our funds. For example, when I'm dealing with a dude and I'm just hanging out with him, chilling, I don't give a damn about what you do with your money. As long as I'm happy, fine, we can go out to eat. But then when I'm with my man that I plan on being with and being in a relationship with, it's like, I don't know if we should be spending all this money on dinner all the time. Like, I don't know if we should keep going out.
And
I don't know if we should. I didn't say I was single.
Oh, because I was about to say, not too many women think like you.
I mean, I didn't say what I was, but I'm just saying in general.
I know.
Can we talk about this later?
We getting on topic.
Cut.
Like, hold on.
Amanda, you single?
Take that part out. It's like, I'm joking.
You're dating.
Yeah, like
You're dating.
once you get into that mindset, it's not about allowances and stuff like that. That's like a trick type situation. And once you're my man, I care about where your funds are going, because
you're gonna get a lot of backlash saying that.
No, because more than anything, I don't give a damn about what you're buying me if you're gonna be my man. Because I want, like I said in a previous segment, I'm looking at the bigger picture. Like I'm trying to invest. I'm trying to be a mogul in some type of way. I want to own this, own that, have this, have that. If you spending carelessly and you don't have a plan, or you're not trying to invest in anything because I have amazing ideas and amazing business ventures that I want to partake on. So if you're the type of man that's going to keep spending on me and never wanting to help me grow to be my own woman that can add value to our relationship, then you're just not the man for me. I don't care about the damn Chanel bag if you my man, if you're going to be my husband. Like, but if you not going to be my husband, I'll take the bag, pink, and the shoe to match. But in this situation, if you're my husband, then I care about what you spend on, because that's something that we're working on together.
But what about you?
That makes sense. What about me?
I'm sorry. She answered. You didn't answer.
I mean, what was the question?
What you mean? You wasn't listening? Are we not all on the same show? Like I'm just trying to see what's going on.
What is the question I'm answering?
Now we have to answer it again? Oh wow. You want to just move on?
So we were basically talking about like the
Thank you.
the fight.
No, we didn't have to do this. You're here. put the wine down.
The finance part. Like if a man says, if a man is telling you, I mean, if you are not getting an allowance, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like
allowance question. Thank you.
No, but you heard her answer. You know you were next. Come on, you acting like Michelle from Destiny's Child. Come on, get in the
How
group.
does she act? Are you civilized?
Not in a group. Get in sync. Nah, answer the question, sweetie.
I'm not a group girl. Okay.
Mm.
But let's see. First of all, I don't require allowance from a man, but I do agree with Jada that once we're married, I don't expect an allowance because that to me is kind of seeming like I'm under my husband.
Mm.
And I kind of want us to be seen as equals. So we will have joint, accounts.
Oh,
where
you
our
sticking
money-
to that joint account.
I
You
mean,
ain't playing.
I
with that.
guess that's just the way I grew up. Like that's how my parents' finances are. I mean, they do have a joint account and they do have their, their own.
But the joint account
monies.
is for bills.
Yeah, but you have a joint account. That's how they run the house. Like this is
Mhm.
that's where the bills come. The bill money comes from. I don't want to have to depend on my husband to give me money to, do that. That just makes me feel
It's
like I
annoying.
can't make a move until I get the allowance.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can't go get my hair done until my husband give me the say so, and he'll get the money on Tuesday, so
Mhm.
that's the earliest I can do anything.
Uh,
So that's just how I see an allowance. I see it as a control,
mm.
and that's not how I would.
Y'all both about to catch some slack on these
Uh-uh.
comments, guys, because they gonna be like, "Give me the allowance."
Well, I mean, no, I understand that. No,
No,
definitely.
there will be some people that would say, yeah, give me the allowance, but in a marriage,
Yeah.
do you expect an allowance in
Well,
a marriage?
and
Do
then
we
the
have
people.
marriages though nowadays?
I mean, are they lasting is the question. But this is another thing.
That's what
Like
I'm saying.
coming from someone who I've experienced the allowance. And, yeah, I've had that experience. I understand where you're coming from because
You felt
like-
controlled.
I felt like, okay, so at that time, it's like I'm not the breadwinner. I'm not the person that's making most of the funds,
Mhm.
or at that time, whatever. Maybe I'm whatever. Maybe I'm working
Maybe
on other things.
overthinking it.
No. Like I'm doing other things with my money.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna always need more.
Then allowance.
Whatever the allowance is, everybody has a different threshold. Like everybody has a different amount. You know what I'm saying? To survive or whatever.
So does allowance suffice?
No, it's gonna affect
No,
the
no,
relationship.
hold on. Does it suffice from where we're going with saying the proposal? Now, if I'm giving you before marriage, I'm giving you allowance, and it's like maybe you because they say money doesn't buy happiness, right? But in this day and age, everyone's like, "Oh, you give me money, I don't give a damn."
Mm-hmm.
But now you're getting the money. Both of y'all getting the money.
Mm-hmm.
Now he kind of lacks communication or lacks to pay attention. Now, do you accept the ring?
All right, so you're trying to ask if money trumps whatever issues.
Yeah.
No,
Mm-mm.
because marriage is not all about the money.
No, I get that. I'm just saying
Like,
because we're
yeah.
talking about
It all depends
proposal.
on the feeling.
We're talking
Like
about proposal. We're not talking about marriage. We're talking
Yeah.
about relationship leading to it. So if I'm giving you allowance, right?
Mhm.
You're my girl. Not saying together. Now, you're my lady. But I'm giving allowance. Now, if I'm giving y'all allowance, now do you say, okay,
see,
I
this
get
is
on
the
one knee and it's
thing.
like,
My,
hey, babe, I
my
want you to...
answer is still holds because even in just a relationship
Mm-hmm.
before marriage, you're giving me allowance. That doesn't mean I'm happy.
mm-hmm.
There's
Boom.
still a whole bunch of other problems we got going on. Yeah, you got the money keep going on, and I'm able to do this, and we're able to do this, but
once
your commitment to me
Mhm.
might not be there. Your
Mhm.
intimacy with me might not be there. Your communication with me might not be there. There's still a lot of things that you still got to be 100 on before
Mhm.
we can say, all right, we're gonna
Forever.
move. Yeah,
Y'all need to start teaching seminars.
No,
at
because-
colleges.
and then on top of that, it's like, to be honest, you may be giving